This morning, leaders from top immigration enforcement agencies are set to testify on Capitol Hill.
And it will likely get testy.
Yep.
It comes as the deadline for lawmakers to strike a deal on DHS funding inches closer and closer. Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with all the details for us this morning. Hi, Maddie.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. ICE Chief Todd Lyons is one of the leaders appearing before the House Homeland Security Committee today, and he will likely face questions about immigration enforcement in Minnesota. The fallout from that operation reverberating on Capitol Hill, where Republicans and Democrats are in a stalemate over DHS funding. Democrats have 10 demands to, as they say, rein in ICE. It includes targeted enforcement, no masks for immigration agents, and requiring DHS officers to provide ID. Democratic leadership say they received a Republican counterproposal yesterday. They called it, quote, both incomplete and insufficient in terms of addressing the concerns Americans have about ICE's lawless conduct. Democrats await additional detail and text. Republicans, though, say Democrats are the ones being unreasonable.
If Democrats are serious about finding a solution here, they may need to find more time to bring these efforts to a productive conclusion.
So the funding deadline is this Friday. That was a Democrat demand. They didn't want to fund TSA. They didn't want to fund Secret Service. They don't want to fund FEMA. They don't want to fund any of those if they can also cut off funding to ICE.
Separately, the Trump administration is celebrating a legal win for now after a federal appeals court in San Francisco granted a stay allowing the government to move forward with ending temporary protected status for immigrants from Nepal, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Attorney General Pambandi saying, as the court found, the government is likely to prevail in its argument that ending temporary protected status for some immigrants is sound and lawful policy. DHS has argued TPS protections were always intended to be temporary. Carly and Todd.
I'm hearing the words incomplete and unreasonable when it comes to accusations being thrown around between the two sides. That's not a good place to be. Madeline Rivera live for us in Washington. Maddie, thank you. Let's bring in Texas Congressman Lance Gooden. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. So just set the stage for us this morning and tell us about the agencies and services at risk if DHS does in fact shut down with no sign of reopening in sight. How does that impact all of us?
Well, first of all, the ICE agency is not at risk. The big, beautiful bill that we passed last July fully funds and some the ICE operations that Democrats are so angry about. So what they've done is put at risk the TSA funding. No one wants to go to the airport and have to wait hours to get on a plane. They've put at risk the air traffic controllers that are showing up to work, but especially TSA. And, you know, and I want to mention TSA because when we get to the airport, we see signs that say verbal abuse will not be tolerated. And so you go to the airport and everyone is on their best behavior. Why doesn't that standard apply to ICE agents who are enforcing the law, sometimes in a dangerous position on the streets? That's crazy to me that Democrats are standing against ICE. They're standing against law enforcement after so many years of all this talk that they're pro-law enforcement. But what you'll see if the DHS agency fails to get funded this week are long lines at the airport and no change to enforcement, which is why the White House is willing to work with Democrats in a reasonable way.
Yeah, that's not something anybody wants to hear. This one seems like an obvious one, but you never know. Hope springs eternal. Do you think DHS is going to shut down? And if so, for how long?
Actually, no, I don't think. I think we'll come to an agreement. The White House came back with some of the counter proposals the Democrats are going to talk about in their meeting this morning. You know, one of the things on the Democrat list is body cameras. We don't have a problem with body cameras. Law enforcement that I talk to, no matter where they are, would love to have a record of their enforcement actions. I'd love to see and have clear video of what these anarchists and protesters and insurrectionists are doing out there on the streets. I think body cameras would clear up quite a bit of questions, and Republicans don't have a problem with that.
So there's one other thing that I want to ask you on the list of Democrat demands. It's on the top of the list. It would require that immigration officials obtain a warrant signed by a judge before entering a private home or business. Right now, agents only need an administrative warrant, which they can sign themselves. What would happen to ICE operations if Democrats get their way on this and this one were to come to pass?
Well, I think they'd be slowed down. You know, Republicans are very concerned about freedoms, and we're very reluctant to say you can just storm into anyone's house. But I think if you have a warrant and you're pursuing someone, if they are hiding in a home, then that's a different story. But these are things that we're talking about with Democrats among ourselves on the Republican side. We're very much concerned about constitutional rights of legal American citizens, and we also want this law enforced. We want the American people's desire to have their borders secure and illegals shipped out of this nation fulfilled. That's what President Trump campaigned on in the last election. He made no secrets about it. He said, if you elect me, I'm going to ship these illegals out of the country. That's what he's doing. And now Democrats don't like that we are making good on the promises that we made to voters.
And finally, really quickly, want to squeeze this one in because Attorney General Pam Bondi is set to testify tomorrow before the House Judiciary Committee, of which you sit on. So what are your expectations for this hearing tomorrow, and what do you hope to learn?
My expectations are that Democrats will make fools of themselves. They'll focus on Epstein. They won't talk about the fraud in Minnesota that Americans are very upset about. They'll criticize ICE operations. They'll be reluctant to acknowledge that we now have a DOJ that enforces the law, that's fair, that's doing what the Biden administration DOJ refused to do, that they are taking an active part in ensuring that Americans are here legally and that those people who came into our country illegally are shipped out, that the criminals are gone, that laws are followed and enforced, and that there is fair and balanced justice for all. Democrats don't want to acknowledge that, but Pam Bondi is doing a great job, and she has the president's support and the American people's as well.
Texas Congressman Lance Gooden, we appreciate your time and insight as always. We thank you for joining us this morning.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.